Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are running into critical support, while a new pattern is forming in the short term, which I'll talk about later in the video, so make sure to watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, and right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is still trading just above 25k, which means at least as of right now, based on the 4-day super trend indicator, this is still showing the price of Bitcoin within a larger bullish trend, which has been the case since the very beginning of this year. But once again, as I've mentioned recently on the channel, if we see a strong confirmed break below 25k, so for example, seeing 4-day candle closes, but ideally weekly candle closes below 25k, then that would essentially reverse this super trend indicator from green back to red. And also, if that happens, that would confirm a new lower low here on the larger timeframes. And so essentially, if we see a strong confirmed break below 25k, then that would essentially confirm a trend reversal signal here on the larger timeframes. But considering as of right now, that has not yet happened, at least for now, technically, once again, we are still within a much larger bullish trend, as I've been saying, since below 20k. But of course, as I've been saying over the last few weeks, for basically around a month now on the channel, we do have a bearish divergence here on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, which is why over the last 1 month or so, we have seen a lack in bullish momentum here in the price of Bitcoin, because as always, a bearish divergence means that we're due to see a less bullish momentum, so essentially a pause or pullback from the bullish trend. And obviously, we definitely have seen that over the last 1 month since this bearish divergence confirmed. And on top of the bearish divergence on the 4-day chart, we also still have a bearish divergence active on the daily time frame, because ever since this bearish divergence confirmed, ever since I started talking about it, since all the way back up here at around 30k, since then, obviously, we have seen consistent lower highs and lower lows in both the price and the RSI. And obviously, as of right now, the RSI since then has yet to break above this important descending line of resistance. And so due to all of those reasons, once again, technically speaking, this bearish divergence on the daily time frame is still currently active, which means we should not really be expecting a lot of bullish momentum. And so essentially, as of right now, the shorter term trend is still currently more bearish than bullish, kind of like what we saw back here or back here, for example. But remember, as I've been explaining throughout this year, back in these previous corrections, well below the current price of Bitcoin, it's technically possible to see a shorter term bearish trend within a much larger bullish trend, kind of like how we can see shorter term bullish trends during 2022, which was a much larger bearish trend. And so at least for now, that is essentially the situation in terms of the longer term and shorter term trends. And if you're looking at the daily Bitcoin price oscillators, right now, the daily Bitcoin RSI, once again, is still looking more bearish than bullish. And obviously, over the last few days with that massive pump to the upside, we did see a reset in the RSI out of oversold territories, which technically means we now have some more room to the downside compared to around 1 to 2 weeks ago. And as for the daily Bitcoin MACD, as of right now, of course, this has not yet confirmed a new bearish cross, so at least for now, it's technically looking slightly more bullish than bearish. But with that being said, for now, it is showing very low momentum. And now, if you're zooming into a smaller time frame, looking at the 12-hour Bitcoin chart, right now, the price of Bitcoin is potentially forming a new bullish divergence pattern just in the imminent short term. Because first of all, if you've been watching my videos over the last few weeks, you'll know that there was a small bullish divergence back here on the 6-hour and 4-hour charts. And since that bullish divergence confirmed roughly 2 weeks ago now, we did see a slight pause in the imminent short term from that bearish trend. But if you watched my last video on the channel, you'll know that that small bullish divergence that we saw around 2 weeks ago actually invalidated around 1 to 2 days ago. But even though that previous bullish divergence on smaller timeframes back there actually is now invalid, once again, we are potentially forming a new, slightly larger bullish divergence here on the 12-hour time frame, because we do have slightly lower lows in the Bitcoin price in the 12-hour candle closes. closes, while also forming higher lows in the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI. And so once again, this is simply a bullish divergence forming, but as of right now, it is not yet confirmed, because in order to confirm this potential new bullish divergence, we need to actually cement this higher low in place in the RSI, because as you can see right now, the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI has not really confirmed a new low, because as of right now, it's essentially flat if you're looking at the imminent short term. And so, for example, if we see a few more red candles here and actually break to the downside, even though we're still in lower lows in the price, which is perfectly fine for a bullish divergence, obviously in that scenario, we'll start to see the RSI quickly move back to the downside again, considering right now it has not confirmed a bounce from this level. And obviously, if the RSI moves below these previous lows, then there's no bullish divergence at all. And so this is why we need to see some 12-hour candle closes confirm in the green to actually cement this higher low in place with a decent bounce from this line of support in the RSI. So until then, this potential bullish divergence, even though it is forming, it is not yet confirmed. But once again, if we do end up seeing that confirm, then what this will mean is that we're due to see potentially a bit more of a pause or slight bullish relief from that bearish trend. Now, of course, this small bullish divergence on the 12-hour time frame does not confirm that we are reversing out of the bearish trend back into a new bullish trend. But once again, what it does mean is, like I said around 2 weeks ago, we're likely due to see a bit of a pause from that bearish trend, kind of like what we saw back here if this new bullish divergence confirms. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And right now, if you're looking at the VPVI indicator, this is showing a lot of volume support sitting in between around 1620 to 1660. And so essentially in that price range, based on this indicator, we should find a decent amount of support here on the daily time frame. But as you can see in this indicator, the support really starts to drop off once we see a break below around 1620 approximately. And so obviously this is critical support for the price of ETH, because immediately on the other side to the downside, we don't really have a lot of support. And as for the daily Ethereum price oscillators, right now the daily Ethereum RSI still technically has some more room to the downside now that the RSI has reset out of those oversold territories. But just keep in mind, a potential bullish divergence is forming here on the daily time frame, with potential lower lows in the price and higher lows in the RSI, but this has not yet been confirmed. And as for the daily Ethereum MACD, like Bitcoin, this is showing very low momentum on the daily time frame. So once again, we should not necessarily expect a massive high momentum movement, at least in the imminent short term, especially not in the bullish direction, based on the fact that we are currently still within a short-term bearish trend, as I've been talking about for a while now. And now, if we do end up seeing a continuation of this short-term bearish trend by actually confirming a break well below this support, then in that case, looking at the Fibonacci levels, we still have that 38.2% Fibonacci level of support sitting at approximately 1640, which is basically where the price of ETH is sitting at the time of recording this video. But once again, if we see a confirmed break well below this area of support, then in that case, we have the 50% retracement level acting as support at around 1510 to 1520. And below that level, we have the important golden pocket sitting in between around 1360 to 1.4K. And now, if you're zooming into the much shorter term, looking at the 6-hour time frame, right now, just like Bitcoin, the price of ETH is potentially forming a new bullish divergence pattern. Because obviously, over the last one day, the price of ETH has formed a new lower low in the price in the 6-hour candle closes, while also confirming higher lows in the 6-hour Ethereum RSI. And so once again, this is a new bullish divergence, different from that smaller bullish divergence that we saw roughly 2 weeks ago that I talked about on the channel back then. And once again, back then, that small bullish divergence resulted in a bit of a pause from that bearish trend here on the daily time frame. And so once again, what this new bullish divergence means is that we're likely going to see a little bit more of a pause from that bearish trend, likely in the form of either choppy sideways price action, if not a slight bullish relief. And now, unlike Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame, ETH on the 6-hour time frame actually has some more confirmation for this new bullish divergence, because obviously already since this bullish divergence confirmed with lower lows in the price and higher lows in the RSI, we have seen multiple 6-hour candle closes confirm in the green in the price, which has confirmed a decent low in the RSI, a decent higher low with a decent bounce from that level of support. And so effectively, this new bullish divergence for Ethereum on the 6-hour time frame is now confirmed, and the invalidation level for this bullish divergence is simply a breakdown in either the RSI or the price below these lines of support. If either of those happen, then that would invalidate the bullish divergence, and if the RSI does that, that would invalidate the bullish divergence full stop. But if the price does that, then we would potentially have to confirm a new bullish divergence at a slightly lower price level. And so once again, this new bullish divergence on the 6-hour time frame is technically confirmed, pointing towards a little bit more of a pause from that short-term bearish trend here on the daily time frame. But that short-term bullish divergence does not necessarily invalidate or reverse the bearish trend. Once again, it's just pointing towards a bit of a pause in the trend. And now, if you want to know how to make a lot of money in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways in the short term like right now, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is bullish or bearish using AI, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.